Hello everybody and welcome to episode 40 of Broadcast UGC. I'm Galactrix and coming at you from the future, it's Bazag, because it's Monday morning there, right?
Yes, it is Monday morning here. Hello, Galactrix, and hello everyone in our live stream chat room.
Hello everyone, we've got Casmodian, Hughes, Zorbane, and today we are playing Shadows of the Past by Backyard Serenade. So,
Yes, this was actually chosen by a chat room, so if you actually manage to come to our chat room, we actually may talk to you while we're live on the show.
So can you tell us what the mission's about? Read the description.
Yes, I'll just read the description for us. A woman's past may hold the keys to a future. An orb of the prophets was stolen during a recent raid on Bajor. Starfleet Command wants you to investigate the whereabouts of a Bajoran ship, then engage the True-Way raiders responsible for the theft. Head to the Toron system in the Beta SA sector block to search for the SS Ratosha. So there's a few notes here. It's version 1.03.006. It's dialogue heavy, written for solo play, and by a non-native speaker. Of English, I presume.
So let's have a look and see what the missions accept dialogue is like. Sir, I'm receiving a Priority 1 message from Deep Space Nine. Admiral Marconi wants to talk to you. He needs the ship to pilot a course to the Terran system in the Beta Ursae sector block. A vessel of the Bajoran militia went missing there. Shall I put him through? Yes.
Let's accept. Greetings, Vice Admiral. I have a delicate mission for you. Have you heard about the recent True-Way raid on Bajor?
No, I don't think so.
Then let me fill you in. 3 days ago, Cardassian mercenaries caused some havoc in the Bajoran capital. It appears they are part of the True-Way movement. It did not take long for the Bajoran troops to fend them off, but they managed to steal one of the Bajoran orbs of the prophets from a monastery. 2 hours ago, Deep Space Nine received a distress signal from the Bajoran militia patrol ship, SS Ratosha. The Ratosha was on its way to Ferenginar when they encountered the raiders. They followed them to the Toron system and attacked. It seems as if they managed to take the orb back. For all we know, the Ratosha is badly damaged and is still hiding in the Toron asteroid belt. To make matters worse, Luria Mika, a rather famous Bajoran Vedek, is aboard. The Bajoran government would be more than happy to see her again alive.
What are your orders, sir?
For most of us, the Bajoran orbs are just a scientific curiosity, but they are sacred objects for the Bajoran people, and they guided them through decades of war and torment. Your orders are to the Toron system, retrieve the orb and the Vedek, and bring them back to Bajor. Assist the SS Ratosha if necessary. You have permission to engage any hostile contact that might intervene. This is an important task for Bajor and for the Federation. Good luck. Deep Space Nine out.
Okay, understood. Let's search for the SS Ratosha. So, we can enter the Toron system and start a search. Now, I suggest we look for her in the far reaches of the asteroid belt.
Let's go and do the search.
So, we've arrived in the Toron system, sir. We are 147 AU away from the system's central star. That's really far away. I suggest that we scan the local area. If you wish to, I can also brief you on some of the topics concerning our mission. How should we proceed?
Well, let's Let's do the briefing.
Briefing. What topic are you interested in, Vice Admiral?
Let's have a look at the Tauran asteroid belt.
Right ahead lies part of the infamous Tauron asteroid belt. It's littered with thousands of asteroids and planetary remains. Marquis ships used the navigational hazards in this region to hide from Cardassian patrols during the Dominion War. It might be that the SS Rotosha falls back to these tactics.
Understood. Okay, navigational hazards. Let's have a look at that.
The asteroids in this belt move chaotically, and they are densely grouped together. There are also thorium deposits on some asteroids that interfere with ships' sensors and navigational instruments. But we might still pick up something if we try scanning the area.
Understood. Okay, well, I don't think we need to know we could know about SS Rotosha. Do you want to look at... Yep, let's have a look.
Let's have a look at the Rotosha's database entry. The Rotosha is an Oberst-class vessel that was commissioned by Starfleet in the early 24th century. She was retired from Starfleet service in 2399 and handed over to the Bajoran government. Bajor still has a small-scale independent military. That was one of the agreements made when the Bajorans joined the Federation. The ship is mostly used for patrol duties and cargo runs. Its current destination is Ferenginar. The ship has a crew of 78. Most crew members, including the ship's commander, Colonel Salin, are members of the Bajoran militia. There are 3 Ferengi and 1 Vulcan aboard, as well as 1 human Starfleet liaison. The Rotosha's passenger manifest also contains a Bajoran Vedic, Lyra Micah, though the reason for her trip is given as private.
Okay, well, let's move on, shall we? We know about the Bajoran jobs, what they do.
So let's execute a long-range scan. Initializing scan. There are lots of interference from thorium asteroids in the system. So I'm picking up traces of uranium, dilithium, and tritanium. It appears to be debris, but it's hard to tell from the background noise. Shall we pull out a course?
Yes, let's. Just did a quick Google, and 147 AU is a very long way.
Yeah, because 1 AU is the distance between Earth and the Sun, so that's like 147 times.
Yeah, and Pluto is less than 50 AU. It's around 49 AU at its furthest.
Yeah, so like that star should be like a tiny dot, and then should be freezing like ice on that planet over there. Let's scan the debris. I don't even see debris. I'm zooming in.
The debris is definitely Cardassian in origin, sir. I'm reading several energy signatures, weapons fire, engine trails. There was some heavy fighting going on. No doubt about it.
Identify the vessel.
This ship is likely the Cardassian frigate Laketh. Scans are not entirely conclusive, but Bajoran intelligence was able to identify the vessel when it escaped from Bajoran space. Do you want me to put its database entry on screen?
Do you think it's relevant? Like, do we need to know who now, or should we just...
Well, if they're true way, and they've got evil, so, you know. What do you reckon? Chat room, should we?
Do we want to find out more about them? Let's have a look at the database entry. Yeah, let's go on, just in case.
Yeah. Show database entry then. The designation is Laketh. It's a Hideki-class frigate, commissioned in 2371 by the Cardassian civilian government. It was reported missing in 2404. Last reported sighting was 2409 in the Bajor system. The ship was reported missing in 2404. The Cardassian government assumes it was taken by renegade Cardassian paramilitary group known as True A. Note: the ship does not actually. The ship shown does not necessarily correspond to the actual vessel with the designation Lakith. Alright, so what
Really? Is
happened?
that because they don't have Hideki class ships in the Foundry?
Probably, yes. I'm pretty sure that would be the
Okay.
case.
Yeah, Zulbane says it's a tiny little guy because those Hideki ships are nice little tiny
Hmm.
raider fire things. So what happened to it?
I'm reading energy signatures that indicate phaser fire and 2 photon torpedo hits. From these readings, it appears the ship's energy grid overloaded. Life support probably collapsed within minutes. There was also an antimatter explosion. I would assume that warp core containment failed. This led to a huge explosion and the ship's destruction.
Anything else?
I'm also reading 2 engine trails, sir. They're headed to different directions. One leads to the cracked planetoid in the distance. The other one is headed further into the Tauran system. Let's analyze the planetoid since it's the nearest and it's the one on the top. Good logic there.
The energy signature seems to come from an old Starfleet issue engine. According to our database, the Rotosha is an Oberth class vessel that was handed over to the civilian government of Bajor. It seems that we found the Rotosha.
Do you want to analyze the other one as well? Or just continue on?
I think we should analyze the other one. I mean, why is there another one?
These engine trails seem to come from several escape pods. Apparently, some of the True A members of the True A had to leave the ship before it exploded. I'm reading a faint warp signature, almost 100 AU in the distance. I would say the escape pods were picked up by someone, likely a fellow True A ship.
Understood.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. I'm reading the True A patrol right ahead. It's a Cardassian warship that was reported stolen 7 months ago. They are scanning the asteroid belt. Shall I hail them?
Well, should we hail them or activate weapons? I mean,
Well, we'll probably activate weapons anyway, but, we should.
Chat room.
That's...
I don't know. They'll probably say shoot. No. This ain't no Star Wars. We're not Han Solo. We don't shoot first. We're Starfleet, so maybe we should hail them. Yeah, T says activate weapons. No.
Okay. No, okay, I've just clicked hail them.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, Sylvain. We come in peace, shoot to kill. What's that? Star check in across the universe.
Yeah. This is Galmatan of the Cardassian ship Rehmat. Who is hailing us?
You're not Cardassian. No, well he is, Oh well. I am blah 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 blah.
So let's do I am blah 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 blah. Sorry. Sorry. I am. So tell me, Vice Admiral, what is Starfleet doing in this desolate region of space? Say we're looking for the ship, or that's none of your business.
I don't know. Well, what do you think? Do we just tell them we're looking for a ship? Because, they're probably looking for the same ship.
Yeah, they're probably looking for it as well.
It's none of your business.
And, oh, great. I did, we're looking for a ship.
I did, that's none of your business. What did you want to say? Let's just say.
What a curious coincidence, then. So are we. There is a Bajoran ship that slaughtered my people on the Lakath, an almost defenseless frigate that was just patrolling this system. Can you explain that to me, Starfleet?
Marwan says, "None of my business. Vice Admiral, your arrogance surprises me. I hope you enjoy it for as long as your pitiful existence will last. And believe me, I'll make sure that the crew of that Bajoran transport vessel will pay just a little more for that attitude of yours, Starfleet."
Okay, I guess that's prelude to fighty fighty. So do you want to say my ship raided Bajor, or you leave this to us?
You'll have to go on. I can't see what the hell.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'm going
you'll
to
have
do
to make the
your
decision.
ship raided Bajor. Don't you dare twist the truth on me, Captain. The Bajorans surely set all of this up. They want us to look like murderers and monsters so the Federation can bring the Cardassian people just a little bit more to their knees. But I won't let that happen.
So what does he want to say? Like, is there any more choices, or is he about to attack me?
Uh, he says, Matan, listen, I guess he's about to attack.
Yeah, do that. Do Matan listen, because that's the one I'm looking at right now. Marwan said Matan listen as well.
Yeah, he closed the channel on us. Sir, they're loading their weapons. I suggest we do the same. Admiral Marconi gave us the permission to engage any hostile contact. Need to make sure that the orb does not fall into the hands of those renegade Cardassians. We should fight them off before we continue our search for the Ratosha.
Yep, and that's exactly the same response I got at the end of my dialogue as well. So it looks like it was inevitable. No matter what you say, you gotta fight these two-way ships. Which I'm not
Yeah,
close
but,
to yet.
yep.
There you go.
Oh, I thought I had photonic people that I can call in, but they don't seem to appear to be there. So I'm calling in them now.
See, that's why T says we should have activated our weapons in the first place. Oh, I have like a chronoton torpedoes, I think. Oh no, tractor beam.
Tractor beam repulsors, to be more specific.
Oh, something blew up. Did we blow up one of the ships? Oh.
We blew up one of the ships. Well, I did with my Tricobalt. 17,000 damage. Bwahaha.
Oh, there's another one over there.
Yeah, because we are, you know. Now we just gotta wait for the red alert to go away. Yes. That's it for now. I do not read any other Cardassian ships in the vicinity of the system. We should stay on yellow alert, though. Who knows if there are more ships already on its way.
I suppose we'll find the Ratosha if we follow the engine trail to the cracked planetoid, sir. However, there are some unusual readings in the area. With the two-way ships out of the way, we might take the time to investigate them. How should we proceed? Lots of choices. Should we like investigate the weird
Yeah,
readings?
let's.
Straight to the okay, let's investigate readings. We like investigating.
I'm scanning the thorium asteroid.
There are several huge thorium asteroids in the area. They emit high levels of radiation that interfere with our sensors. The asteroids are one of the main reasons why it's so easy to hide in the Tauran asteroid belt.
Understood. Scan debris.
The debris of the Cardassian frigate Laketh. This ship is likely stolen from the... So this is the ship that stole the orb from Bajor. The Ratosha apparently managed to overload their energy grid, which led to an antimatter explosion, and I'm reading warp signatures from several escape pods.
Okay, well let's rescan the cracked planetoid.
The planetoid was destroyed in a collision that occurred over 2 billion years ago. Most of the northern hemisphere remains intact. Everything else formed the Tauran asteroid belt as we see it today. Several other large destroyed bodies continue to contributed to the belt as well. I'm also reading a faint energy signature that might indicate the presence of a ship.
Let's scan some Tetryon fluctuations.
The sensors indicate some unusual concentrations of tetryon particles. This might indicate the presence of a cloaked ship, but with all the unusual readings in the asteroid belt, it's hard to tell. We should keep an eye out for hidden ships just to be sure.
Okay, well let's just take us to the Ratosha.
Course plotted. The signal comes from the center of the planetoid. Move close to the planetoid.
Okay, there we go. They're right. Most of the northern hemisphere did survive.
It's kind of like the opposite of the girl from tomorrow.
The girl from tomorrow.
Yeah, you remember that TV program? They were like,
Yeah.
the northern hemisphere was destroyed and the southern hemisphere was the only one that survived.
Oh.
There she is, sir. Sensors show energy fluctuations and plasma leaks on 3 decks. The ship is badly damaged, but I'm reading life signs.
Let's hail them. This is Colonel Salin from the Bajoran patrol ship Ratosha. You found us, Vice Admiral. Praise the prophets. Been hiding under this rock for hours. Our ship has taken some heavy beating and half of our systems are offline. It's a miracle that only a handful of our crew members were injured.
Do you have the orb?
Yes, we've got it. We ran through a frigate that stole the orb and managed to take it back by force. I think the prophet smiled down at us. But the Ratosha was badly damaged and the True patrols showed up to search the area. My ship might take out a Deki frigate, but we're no match for a Kelvin-class warship. The orb is down in our cargo hold. I locked it away, just in case the True want it back so badly they enter our ship. Vedelaria is aboard and she's looking over it right now. I understand that you're here to bring the orb back home to Bajor, Vice Admiral, but my crew could need a hand in preparing our systems before we head back on our way to Ferenginar.
We'll be glad to help you.
I'm glad to hear that. Thanks, Vice Admiral. Our transporter room is not operational at the moment, but we've erected some pattern enhancers on the bridge. You can beam over when your crew's ready. Selling out.
Away team standing by, and we're ready to beam over to the Ratosha's bridge.
Okay, yep, that looks good to me. I'm gonna bring a medic. Which one's my medic? I can't remember. There, she'll do. And Zorbane, I did survive. It was the
Talking about the
Kelvin
southern hemisphere being destroyed.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay. Oh well. Well, good thing that's not Earth.
Yep, it's not Earth.
So I don't care. Or if this was an alternate reality, I could be living on the northern hemisphere. But even then, I guess, I'd still be dead with all the loss of the planetary mass and, loss of atmosphere, etc.
Beaming straight onto a bridge again, like transporter rooms. They always seem to be broken down and we have to beam straight to a bridge.
Yeah. Welcome aboard, Vice Admiral. I'm Lieutenant Rockow, and I'm overseeing the cruise repair efforts. It's good to see you. I'm sorry we didn't clean up in time. Joking aside, Colonel Sun wants to talk to you. He's waiting in his ready room.
Understood. Look at this. I remember this is like the default bridge you get when you first start the game. And there you got Captain
This
What's
is
It there.
yeah. This is the bridge I also used in Starfleet experimentation. Captain yes, my guy's sitting in his chair right was. As this captain is standing out in the hallway with a. Why is there's a Bajoran temple thing there, and some
Oh yeah,
candles.
Bajoran temple thing. That's so funny. Well, this is a Bajoran relationship, so
Yeah,
I didn't know you could stick a sign there.
and I didn't know that there was Bajoran banners. Wow.
Yeah, cool. You should have one in your ship then. You're a Bajoran.
Well, this is a Ferengi, but I've got my main tunes is a Bajoran. Yes. Let's talk to the colonel anyway. I'm glad to see you in person, Vice Admiral. As you can see, we're still repairing the damage to the ship. If you think the bridge looks bad, you should see the lower decks. If you don't have any other questions, you should talk to Lieutenant Brookhour. He has coordinated ship's repairs and tell you how he can help us. Should get the Retusha running in no time. Thanks again, Vice Admiral.
Understood. And yeah, Tia's noticed that your title above your head is punching bag.
Yes, well, she is a Ferengi.
Although we can look at the shrine and examine it. Do we look at it?
Yeah, let's have a look at the shrine. Most Starfleet officers find it surprising that Bajorans openly display their faith. I guess religion isn't exactly a big thing on most of the Federation's member worlds. Things may be a bit different with the prophets. They do exist after all, and I believe that they have watched over Bajor for the last 10,000 years. I'm not sure my people would have weathered the Cardassian occupation or the Dominion War without the prophet's guidance. You don't need to worry about the candles though. They're just a holographic projection. Holographic candles! Woo!
So we can ask him, tell me more of what happened. So, do you want to ask one of those, or?
Yeah, let's say tell me more. Something you want to know, Vice Admiral?
Yeah, Zulbane wants to know, do the candles give out holographic heat?
Well, since I was able to stand on top of them, I guess not.
Okay, so we've got options here.
So what about you, about Ratosha, let's ask about the Vedic.
Okay, we haven't met her yet, so...
Vedek Laria is an exclusive old woman, but she is beloved by many Bajorans. Some say she might have a chance to become the next Kai in the next election. She's a Vedic of the people. She's actually bored because she wants to lead the wedding ceremony of Lieutenant Brooker on Ferengana, who's marrying a young man from Laria's hometown. She knew Lieutenant Brooker's fiancé since he was a baby. Since she was a... what? Okay, sorry. When she heard that he wants to marry, she offered to come all the way to Ferengana for the ceremony. Quite remarkable, if you ask me, and I'm honoured to have her aboard.
Okay,
I think I just myself.
Should we ask about the orb? I want to know which orb it is.
Yeah, let's ask. What do you know about the orbs, Vice Admiral? Many people have heard stories about them and the powers. Some orbs grant visions, some let you contact the prophets. There are rumors that one even gives you ability to travel through time. Personally, I see them as a ray of hope, sent to us by the prophets in times of despair. Vedek Liara hasn't told me which one of the orbs we have aboard, but she was firm that it should be sealed away. Who am I to question her? Interesting.
Understood. Anything else you want to know? Do you want to ask about this guy? Or...
Nah.
Yeah, you don't want to know about him. Okay, nothing else.
Okay, well let's, we don't want the, yeah, let's talk to Brookhour. Where's Brookhour? Over here. I'm sure we'd
I got a dialogue up here. Did you get this?
Yeah, I
Like a pop-up
minimized it.
dialogue. Oh, really? Okay.
We're on our way to Fringenar, Vice Admiral. The Ratusha is doing business with many allies of Major on the Federation, so we expected this to be a normal trade run when we left DS9 4 days ago. We routinely pass through the Torrent system on our trips. This time, however, picked up an unusual warp signature that matched the description of raiders who attacked the Bajoran capital. Guess the true way we're surprised that we actually found them in the Torrent asteroid belt. The Ratusha is a bit more steady than your average freighter, and she sure is faster. We reached the frigate within an hour. We tried to talk to the True, but they didn't even bother responding to our hails. I wasn't eager getting into a fight, but they left me no choice in the end. To be honest, I was surprised how well the Ratusha fought. We had many chances to test our weapon systems in the field, Vice Admiral. When the frigate's shields dropped, we beamed the stolen goods aboard, including the orb of the prophets.
You killed the Cardassians?
Believe me, Vice Admiral, I didn't want to destroy the True ship. I'm not much of a warrior. The ship was already in bad shape when they engaged us. I'm not sure whether that damage was done by the Bajoran Michelin or if it was overall badly maintained. Took torpedo hits to overload their engine. The warp core went critical within seconds. We didn't have time to beam many survivors on board.
There's two options. You deserve a recommendation or commendation, or I need to report you.
So, chat room, what do you reckon? Should we commend the captain for his actions, or should we condemn him?
I like how most of the dialogues have these kind of, dual options at the end. Do you want to go light side or dark side, or?
Isn't Thea's once asked, isn't there a neutral choice?
Yeah. No.
Like meh?
This is a black and white kind of world, no grey. Shades of grey, no.
50 Shades of Earl Grey. So I stole that joke from someone else.
I don't know, I would say... well, I don't know. They didn't want to destroy the ship, but they destroyed the ship, but... you really didn't send a report anyway, but... Oh, the text says go to the first choice. So that's the first time I've seen it. So you deserve a recommendation.
Yeah. Well, the only evidence we have currently is that what the guy said. So, it's not pretty conclusive evidence either way. Our recommendations,
yeah.
I feared you might want to report me to the Starfleet Commander or the Federation Council. I'm not proud that all those Cardassians perished, but in the end they knew what they got themselves into when they allied with the True, right? I'm just happy we managed to save the orb. I'm not sure you understand this, but these relics mean a lot to my people, and it would have been a disaster if the orb fell into the hands of the True.
Yeah, CT said he couldn't have decided between those two options either. I don't know. There's no right or wrong, I guess. Because, he did save the orb on one hand, but he didn't want to destroy the Cardassians, or... Did we talk to Lieutenant Brocal? Or... Oh no, we didn't. Let's go talk to her.
Yeah, let's talk to her. I wasn't sure we'd get out of this mess alive, Vice Admiral, but I'm confident now that you are here.
I'll see what I can do.
Too many of the main systems are offline. Weapons, transporters, shield generators. At least life support is holding up pretty well. Our main problem right now are plasma leaks on the lower decks. They make it hard for our crew to repair other systems. Maybe you could lend our engineering team a hand and seal some of those leaks.
Whoa. That was a bit shaky.
An explosion!
Ship to the Vice Admiral. Sir, another two-way ship warps into the location. They've opened fire on us on the Ratusha. We're also reading transporter signals. I fear the True-way attempt to board the ship.
Understood. Let's fight them off, shall we? Fight! Die, True-way, die!
Whoa. Too close. I need a... There you go, I got a cover shield. He tried to run through the turbo lift. Look at that dead guy.
Yeah, he's dead. Zilvane says, I don't think it's safe to throw grenades around on the bridge. Good thing I didn't use grenades. I used gravitic, electrogravity, whatever. The gravity thing and fire induction, ectothermic induction field. Anyway, intruder alert. I'm reading several Cardassian life signs on the lower decks. True have boarded our ship. There's weapons fire in the cargo area. You want to do this guy since I did the other guy?
Okay. Vice Admiral, the Vitosha's repairs have to wait. My crew can take care of the damage to the ship. They're used to getting these old systems back on track, but they're not experienced fighters. You should head down to the cargo bay and get to the orb. I would appreciate it if you could take Vedek Lyra to your ship. The cargo bay doors have been sealed. You'll need security codes to manually override the door locks. You can download these codes from the database in my ready room.
Okay, let's download them. This is a database. Database.
Was this always
database? Yes, that console was always there.
I didn't even notice.
Let's download the security code.
Please enter identification code.
Colonel? Computer, this is Colonel Sullen. Identification. Bravo 47 Charlie Tango. Identity confirmed.
Finalizing download. Please keep a portable device ready. Okay, put it on the tricorder. Let's get out of here. We got the codes. We'll be able to open the sealed cargo bay doors, and with these, we should be heading down to the cargo area and take care of the two-way.
Let's proceed to the cargo area on deck 5, then. Oh, tears, another 47.
So I wonder if this turbo lift goes down one of those pylons, because this is an overburst ship, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't know much about the Earth.
There's that big empty space gap in the middle.
For some reason I think 47 has something to do with Section 31, but I have no idea how.
I should have called it Section 47, then it would have been really...
Brokar to Nirol. You're now in the cargo area, so Vedek Lyra is one of the nearby rooms. I can't determine her exact location, because all the cargo bays have been sealed off. Should proceed with caution. I'm reading several Cardassian life signs, and there might continue to be more troops aboard. You might have to fight your way to the Vedek.
Understood. So why is this loading wall panel? Oh yeah, security codes.
Open doors. Warning. Doors to Cargo Bay 7 are currently locked down. Please enter security identification.
Enter codes.
Security authorization accepted. Doors to Cargo Bay 7 are now open. Warning. Intruder alert in Cargo Bay 7.
Who's shooting them? Oh, two-way. Oh, did that guy just get up off the floor? Cardassian talk.
Yes, I have no idea what that is.
Leave me alone, Starfleet. Just let me die here and spare me the dishonor of your pitiful attempts of interrogation.
What are your goals?
Our goal? Are you that blind? We want the orb, isn't that obvious? We seek glory for Cardassia, the true Cardassia. The Cardassia that was humiliated by Starfleet 40 years ago.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Theo says he knows this cargo bay. Yeah. I think this cargo bay has shown up a lot of times.
I wonder where it is. It wouldn't be the one. Why are there Klingon crates over here?
Well, why wouldn't there be Klingon crates over here? Maybe they might be transporting Klingon blood wine. It's a freighter ship, isn't it? Or
Yeah, true.
so you got lots of options to talk to these guys here.
Let's ask Denara about Fedek. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know where Lara is, and I'd rather not talk about the Fedek.
I wonder why. You don't like her, or understood?
You don't like her? It's not that I don't like her, it's just I'm not as fanatic about her as many other Bajorans. I know that she's beloved by many of my people, and I can see why. All the things she did after the Dominion War, helping orphans, fostering diplomatic relations with the Cardassian, and supporting Bayshaw's accession to the Federation. What really irks me are all these rumors about her past that surface from time to time.
Rumors?
Much of it is just gossip and talk, you know? But my mother used to say there's true core to every dark rumor. It's talk about the Vedic living on Terek Nor during the Cardassian operation. Rumor has it she was one of the comfort women of Gul Dukat, and that she even worked against the resistance. Usually my people don't take things like those lightly. Well, with Laria, nobody seems to care. This one might have shared her bed with the enemy while thousands of Bajorans fought for their freedom. How can you ignore that?
Thank you for your candor. Sounds like Vedic Win or something to me. Kai Win.
Well, she was never, a comfort woman.
Well, yeah, but she was kind of, dodgy, kind of.
Yeah. But she never really. Let's do a medical scan on the Cardassian.
Oh, so you can scan the Cardassian.
Yes,
So the Cardassian
do a
seems to be
scan.
badly hurt. I'm not sure whether he'll survive without medical attention.
I did a medical scan on him.
Okay. The bioscan shows that his life signs are weakening. There's not much I can do for him right now. We would need to treat him aboard the ship. That means if you approve, sir.
Yeah, let's tag him.
I've tagged him. Once the Rotosha's shields are down, the ship can beam the officer aboard. He might have some insights on what's going on with the True Way.
Okay, good, nice work around not being able to, beam anyone off.
We can't beam them out for real, so we'll just, work it into the story really well.
Okay, well that's that guy done.
Yep, Starfleet officers. Yay! But Logitech 07 would have, left him. That's what he said in the chat room.
Ah.
Ruthless. Ruthless.
Yeah, well, same as Tears. I mean, Let's open the door, shall we? Let's open the doors. Enter security codes. Kyber 6 is now open.
So what's in
there?
there?
Says, why are you yelling at me? Yell at Vladdy. And there's some ice spiders around. Those bugs are everywhere. Ah, breed of Vladdy is named one Delani. Oh. Let's listen to the argument.
When are you going to do something about those pests, Rex? I can't believe you just let them nest in this cargo bay.
I have been telling you that those insects are none of my business. I did not smuggle them aboard. Vladdy did. Yell at her if you have to. The only reason I'm even in this friggin' cargo bay is that I run from Cardassians shooting at me.
I don't care who brought them aboard. I want them removed ASAP. A ship has no place for Tanaba bugs and flea spiders.
Boys, can you be quiet? You're frightening Delaney and her friends.
Oh, wow,
Don't
this looks like some kind of, side quest.
Yes.
Do you think we should do it, or?
Nah.
What does the chat room think? Do you think we should do this side quest, or do you think we should move on to the rest of the story? Lots of things to ask this thing. Where's the orb? Are you hurt? What about the insects? Or we can ask them about the orb as well. What do you think about using these kind of, interact things rather than a dialogue or pop-up? Do you think this mission was made before that or after they were able to put in dialogue prompts and with triggers? Or do you think this is the way they learned how to make the, the author managed, this is the way the author learned how to do things in the Foundry?
Well, I think what he did was did it this way, because this way he's able to use triggers and stuff based on the objects and what you choose. And I think he purposely chose it for this way, but because if you'd use a default dialogue or something else, then you can't really do it. And even then, if you do, it's not part of the main storyline, so it's not something that you have to do. It's something you can do, and the only way to do that is and make it disappear is to use, this map one. So, okay, so what are we gonna ask and who?
Let's just ask, where's the orb? One of those. One of the people.
Yeah.
Should we ask Brex or Rick?
I'm gonna ask Brex.
Okay, good.
The orb, I've heard the Badron verdict sealed away. She was very hush-hush about it. As to whether I might make some miniature copies of it, some children's toys maybe. Or a jewelry collection perhaps. But that's difficult when it was no fun. To keep away from business partners like that. Lessons learned in the past.
Understood.
Okay.
Yeah, see, we've got responses in the chat room. Logitech 7 finds the extra dialogue kind of drag out the story. But to you says he likes, more info and finding out lore and, background stuff. So
there is a lot of it in this mission, and we are trying to entertain as well as show off what's in the Foundry mission. And I think a good way to get people to play if they want to is to leave some of this stuff for people to find out on their own.
Yeah, so we don't need to go through it ourselves, but when you play through this mission, you can explore this whole thing, find out more yourself. The good thing about it is it's all optional, you don't have to choose. If you want to find out more, you just ask them more.
Yep, this guy, the author has done a really good job in that aspect of it.
Yeah, this particular one, Backyard Serenade, has done. Most of the NPCs have like extra dialogue. After we finish talking to most of the pop-ups, they always say, do you want to tell us more? And there's a whole list of things you can ask every single character. Apparently, must have really thought about characters in the story. Should we save this Cardassian, or I don't know? They might want us to leave him in the chat.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. There you go. There's nothing we can do. So there you go.
Let's go this way. Oh, that's
another
cargo bay. I really do. I think the author's done a really good job.
This is the last cargo bay.
Yeah, in giving the scene some, some character and some activity. Oh,
intruder alert.
Let's kill some cardies.
This Bajoran is dead. There you go, I rezzed her. Did he just fall into a crate? Oh no, there he is.
Oh, the Vedic's dead. Neural, is that you? You are here?
Vedic Lara?
You are Vice Admiral Neural? You might be too late, sir. The Vedic was shot with a Cardassian compression phaser rifle at the highest energy settings. Her life signs are degrading as we speak. I am not a medic, but I think there is much we can do. But I do not think there is much we can do for her now.
Understood.
Nero, come closer. I need to speak with you, and I might not have much time left.
Explosion.
Oh, this is exciting. I'm sorry you have to see me this way. I wanted to protect the orb, but I'm not much of a warrior. I never was.
The orb. Look, the guys are going outside to fight the rest of the guys.
The orb is sealed away in that crate on the table behind me. To enjoy the thought of hiding our relics brings back bad memories from those dark times when Bajor was occupied by the Cardassians. But I know what disastrous powers the orbs can unfold when they fall into the hands of evil. Your power is strong. I can see many journeys unfolded beneath your feet. You need to protect the orb. Protect it with your soul.
Okay.
I've seen the light. The lights of the temple we talked about. Do you remember? But I haven't spoken to Levent in years. You need to find him. Speak with him.
Okay.
Vedek, I don't understand. I'm guessing the orb is time, Tears. Though it's not explicitly stated. Vedek is not responding anymore. She will pass away soon.
Understood. Oh well, she's dead. Vice Admiral, what's your situation? We're getting trouble here. Another two-way ship has warped into our position. Your ship is fighting them off, but she's taking some heavy beating. We're not sure the Ratosha's rusty hull will take much more.
The Vedek is dying.
What? No, Vice Admiral, I can't even begin to tell you what loss this will be for Bajor. But right now, we need to make sure the orb doesn't fall into the hands of the true way. Can you beam it aboard your ship? You and your crew should get back there as well.
Ooh, so that will kill you. I'm not sure how it'll kill him. I guess yeah. Or we'll beam it aboard.
That will kill you? Does he mean like, because we're abandoning him? The rest of the Cardassians here, they're attacking the guys in the hallway. We'll take over the ship. How about that?
Tears are screaming, the orb!
The orb! Save the orb! Oh, I don't know. We want to save the guys as well. I've stationed my guys at the door.
Anyway, yeah, we need. Yeah, I think we should go. The orb is important.
Okay, we'll beam it aboard. Thank you, Vice Admiral. We'll need to protect the orb. Too many people have already died because of this, and I don't want the true way to win. I hope we'll see each other soon. It's been an honor.
Understood.
Yep, Zorbane says needs of the many. We need to get out of here with the orb. Who cares about all these other people? Even though I just rezzed an NPC. Vice Admiral, I suggest we tie the crate on the table. We should be able to contact the ship and beam the orb aboard. I'm concerned about the Ratosha though. She might not stand a chance with her shields are down.
Understood. Oh, we fell down. Oh, something's happened. We're playing Shadows of the Past, Drogon, who's just entered our chat room. So he wants to know what happened.
Yeah, we're playing Shadows of the Past by Backyard Serenade. So far, we've chased down a Cardassian ship that stole an orb and found a cargo ship that salvaged it, and now we're about to grab the orb and get out of here, and now the orb's doing some funky thing.
Yeah, Cardassians are bastards. I agree.
Ship 2 waiting. Vice Admiral, we've got a transporter lock on the thingy. Let's get out of here. Beam up.
Yep. Beam up.
So that's quite dramatic exit there, with all the exploding
Yeah.
things and the orb going out. Is that an effect you can just add on, like, giant glowy light appearing around?
Yeah, it's a detail that you can put in.
That's cool.
All right. So, oh well, we didn't go back in time. We got to fight these two-way ships.
Welcome back aboard. I'm glad to report that the orb is in our cargo bay. As you can see, we've got some company. The ship will not take much more damage, and we can't risk lowering our shields any longer to beam the Rotosha's crew aboard. Defeat the two-way squadron.
Oh, this is only frigates.
Is that all of them?
And that's all of them.
So let's talk to the USS Rotosha.
Yep. Thanks again, Vice Admiral. I owe you a lot. I suppose you've got the orb. Then maybe the prophets are truly smiling at us.
Colonel, engineering reports that a warp core breach is imminent. The containment field failed, and we're losing structural integrity on decks 3, 4, and 5.
Too late. Yeah.
The ship exploded. Oh no.
And
We did
now
not have
we've
much
got
time to...
time
Ooh.
to do anything. Ooh.
Oh. I was even reading the dialogue and it was, as they exploded. Sir, the ship just exploded. We did not have much time to react. The Rotosha's energy grid overloaded and from several torpedo hits. The warp core reached its critical limit within seconds. I was able to beam most of the crew aboard, but I'm sorry, Colonel Seddon and the rest of the bridge crew did not make it.
No! Sir, there are some strange energy readings coming from our cargo bay. Something is happening down there. I think it is the orb, sir. I'm reading high levels of neutrino emissions. There are...
What?
The game, Nero. You need to play it. You need to follow its rules. Do not be afraid. Everything falls into place.
Shall we go into the light?
Yes.
For the light. Okay. This time I think I'll bring my tactical officer, since we didn't have one. Where is he? There he is. He's a Bajoran, so this is a Bajoran team mission. And you got your medic, so I guess I'll keep my Vulcan. Now see, Tears, when he plays this mission, he's going to try those other options just to see what happens with the story. See if, can he save the rest of the crew before we beam out with the orb, or did we do the right thing just getting out of there?
Let's see. Yes, well, that's a question that you have to ask. I don't think the story can change too much because a map change and the everything in the map is different.
Oh no, we're in the Celestial Temple.
Yes, I guess we are. Someone is cheating.
Sir, where
Sir,
are we? I was just sitting in my station just a second ago, and now...
I think I know.
Okay, you think you know? You think this is the Celestial Temple of the Bajoran Prophets? I've heard stories about it, and this place looks very different than it did in my imagination. Not many people have the chance to visit the temple and speak with the prophets. I guess we should feel honored.
Understood. Game will be played. Do not despair, child. Laria would have called you that, a child. But you are not a child anymore. None of you have been children for a long time.
What?
This game is confusing. It has been. It continues to be. We do not understand all of it. We have said so in the past, and you'll see it in the future.
Continue. The Cisco has said that you are a player. He watches your steps and he regards you highly. But will you prevail or will you fail?
Or will he fail? We have known your paths. We will see your journeys, all that you will have done, all that is going to happen. But there is someone who is not playing by the rules of the game. Someone who is crossing the line, who is cheating.
Continue.
You will see. The Nero will encounter the darkness later, or maybe sooner. There is one step before that. Or was it after? You need to see. You need to see it all with your own eyes. You need to understand the rules of the game. You need to watch. You need to learn. You need to cheat in order to win. Do you want to do this one?
Oh, whoops, I was doing a panorama. Go, now, a move backwards, then a step forward. You need us, and we need the neural, I guess. Play the game, or not now.
Play the game, because, it's a map change.
Yeah, Drogan says that prophet dialogue must be hard to write, because it has to be vague and non-linear.
And I think that they've done a good job with using the analogy of the game, the basis that Cisco used in explaining life to people, in Life to the Prophets. Start and end.
There was that one line that was a bit vague though, like will the neural prevail or will he survive? Because I think it's referring to you, but you assumed that you'd be a man, so but Neural's a woman, so should have said she.
Well, using the he could indicate Cisco, or
I
if
don't
it
think
could
so,
just be
because it was directly after your name, so there you go.
What? I do not understand, sir. What happened to us? Where are we?
I don't know. Well, I think I know. I think I know because I can see on the minimap, it's the name's on the minimap. No. Well, I think I know. It's Terok Nor, because, they did mention that in the past the verdict was kind of living here during the...
Yeah, okay, Terok Nor.
I think I know. So, what do you think? We're on Terok Nor, or do you say no? We're on Terok Nor.
What? You are saying this is Terok Nor? We were in the past? How did that happen?
For all
it says Terok Nor. It's Terok Nor Promenade.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's on the minimap,
Sorry. For all we know, the Prophet has sent us back here to witness something, and talk about observing and learning. Something must be happening here that becomes important in the future. I'm just not sure what we're supposed to look for, and whether this is just a vision or real-time travel.
What do you think? Is this a vision or is it real-time travel? So, do we want to be careful or not?
Let's just be careful, just in case. Shall we? What do you
So
reckon?
which one are you going for then? Vision or time travel? Because if it's time travel, we should be careful. But as a vision, we think, oh, it's just a dream. Who cares? Let's just do whatever we want.
Yeah, I'm doing time travel.
Okay, time travel. Oh, let Drogon
Uh,
says go. It's a vision.
vision.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's hard choices in this mission.
Yeah.
Is this a vision? Is this just a dream, or is it time travel?
Well, let's do vision. Let's go with what Drogon said.
Okay, we'll go with what Dragon said. Vision. I'm not so sure, sir. If this is a vision, that does feel very real. We should be careful. If we're in the past, we should try not to disturb the timeline.
Agreed. Understood. Jenin Rala, who's that? It's this person over here. Listen, everyone, we have secured this section of the promenade, but there are many areas left in the ore processing facilities that are still guarded by automatic defense systems. There's dangerous debris and booby traps all around this station. The Cardassians did a good job laying this place to waste. Guess those cows knew what was coming for them. Hey, you. Where do you come from? Haven't seen you around. Shall we say I'm Starfleet? None of your business. Well, if this is real, do we really want to say that we're Starfleet?
That's kind of obvious with what we're wearing, but none of your business is kind of rude. I don't know. We tried that one earlier with the none of your business, and it went down the kind of.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was destined to go bad anyway, no matter what we said, so. Yeah, let's say
none of your business. Okay, none of your business. Oh no, Tia says no Starfleet. Oh well. I went with none of your business, so none of my business? Are you trying to be funny? Those insignia badges, you're Starfleet, aren't you? What are you even doing here? I thought your ships wouldn't arrive until tomorrow morning.
Okay, well, I guess we are,
Tell me about your arrival. How did you get here so fast? We talked to one of your ships, the USS Cadiz, but you're not one of Captain Murakami's crew, are you?
Okay, so shall we do Spec Ops or I Can't Tell or Conference on Lanteri 2?
I love that conference on Lanteri 2. What?
So, yes. What do you reckon? This is such a hard choice. There's too many hard choices
Such a
in
hard
this mission.
choice. This is why we need chat rooms.
Yes. Chat room, what do you think?
Tell us what to pick.
Tell us.
Should we tell him that we're special ops, or should we tell him just we can't tell you, or how about we tell him conference on Lanteri 2? But
Tia says Special Ops.
Special ops. Okay, we'll go with special ops. He knows all. Okay.
We're from. Logitech says conference. We're from Starfleet Intelligence, who's been monitoring the situation in Majoran space for days. Some of our sources informed us that a big strike against Cardassian occupation was imminent. We noticed that most of the Cardassian ships had left sideboard Terok Nor to assist you. Drogon says, "Don't break the Temporal Prime Directive!"
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh. You've been watching us? That explains a lot, Vice Admiral. I'm not sure what to think of your sources on Bajor, though. We actually decided to keep radio silence before the attack on the Cardassians. Seems someone didn't take that seriously. I'm still glad that you're here to further monitor the situation.
Okay, well, this seems to be the last days of the Cardassian occupation, but if Yeah, I'm confused, but I
Oh,
think I'm meant to be. Here you go.
but I hope it's no surprise to you that not every Bajoran is happy about your arrival. Many in my resistance cell feared that we might exchange one oppressor for another, and can you blame them? Last most of them heard of Starfleet and the Federation was how they made peace with the Cardassians. Peace! With murderers and thieves. But I don't think we should get into political debates now.
I agree.
I wish I could assist you, Admiral, Vice Admiral, but as you can see, we're closed in by debris the Cardassians left behind. It might take a while before my people have the time to remove it.
Understood. Whoops. Good entrance, don't you think, Rella? I told you I'd arrive at the promenade before you. We even already secured most of this area.
Are you out of your mind, Denal? You could have blown us all to bits and pieces. I was never sure whether it was a good choice to hand you a phaser rifle, let alone an entire turret.
You should be a bit more thankful. I think I just saved your backside and spared you a lot of trouble by removing that debris. Plus, I've won our bet. You owe me a couple of bottles of spring wine.
I am thankful, Denal, and you'll get those bottles once we're back on the homeworld, I promise. You also made things a lot easier for our visitors from Starfleet, and I appreciate that the most. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely up to date on what is going on aboard the station, Vice Admiral. You should talk to Denal. She crossed the promenade and she knows more about the current situation than I do.
Understood. Let's go and find her. She's waving around and whistling. It's good to see you, Starfleet. If you don't have any other questions, would you be willing to help us? There's some things to do. There's aboard the station. Most of the Cardies are gone. Last I've heard, there are still 2 or 3 small Cardassian ships docked at the station. Most of our former oppressors will try to make their way down there. I heard reports about shops being looted. We will need to investigate that, but it isn't exactly top priority right now. I do know something you can help us with, though. You Starfleet guys are good at talking with others, aren't you? When you crossed the promenade, there was a small mob shouting at 2 women. Looked like resistance fighters rounded up 2 suspected collaborators. What do you think? Could you talk with them?
Another option. Shall we talk to the resistance fighters that are round up collaborators, or is this none of my business? We don't want to get involved.
Well, we need to talk and find out what we need to observe. So I think we should.
No, right? You think this is part of the orb experience? Like we've been sent here to find something? Okay, we'll talk to them then.
Well, there are that rumors of that Vedic being, collaborator, so this may be...
Well, yeah, the prophet did say, we gotta play the game, so let's play the game.
Thanks, Vice Admiral. I told you I'm glad you're here. Might have driven off the Cardassians, but now we need to make sure we don't slaughter each other. There are many unresolved issues in Bajoran society, and it might take years for everything to be unburdened. This could be an important first step.
I'll do what I can. See, look, there's another more information thingy there. We can ask him more stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think that could be a default dialogue. I mean, she's not a contact listed on with a exclamation mark above her head, but she could be.
No.
There's not really any reason why she wouldn't.
Yeah.
Do you think that he's using dialogues like this because this is the way that Kerfad's tutorial describes it on the video?
Well, there was one that was before.
The really old one that says to hiding the volcanic flowers under everyone with.
Yeah.
That could be why this mission is built that way. Get away from this traitor, Micah. She needs to be taken into custody. She's a disgrace to the Bajoran people, especially all those who lost their lives during the last days.
This traitor is a Bajoran citizen, and as such you should treat her with respect. Didn't you say we were all you were fighting for all Bajorans?
Citizen, you got to be kidding me. She denied herself any rights when she shared her bed with the enemy. People all over Bajor have fought the Cardassians for decades, but she slept with them, gave our overlords pleasure and company when the loneliness of killing and torture crept into their heads. The prophets are spitting on her path.
I'm fairly certain that the prophets are above those judgmental motions, and if they care, they will have seen what this woman truly did for Bajor. There was no pleasure for her, and no company from the Cardassian soldier. And if you think so, you're not much better than those you despise so much.
Vice Admiral, that woman in the green dress.
Yes, I think she did say Mika, which was, if I remember, the Vedek's first name.
Mm-hmm. So I recognise her then. Okay. That's Lyra Micah. She's the Vedek from the Rotosha. Maybe she's the reason why we're here.
Continue. Don't you dare insult us, Micah, as if those who lived on the station don't know about your little adventure with the Cardassians.
I think we're doing Micah's dialogue as well, because you were the old one.
Namek is one Cardassian, and you know that he's not the same as those who ruled the station. He's a political advisor. All this time he sent reports to his government about the atrocities of this occupation. Tried to change something. It just wasn't until today that his people listened.
Are you saying that it was your boyfriend who saved Bajor? Are you out of your mind? I've been at Hathor for the last month. I've seen nothing but death and destruction. I fought for this day, like many of my friends and comrades, and unlike your Cardi dog who prided himself with his trophy Bajoran, I should just shoot you on the spot for this insult. Just hold your fire a bit longer. Micah and her friend will be dealt with soon. We don't need courts and tribunals to deal with these traitors. But you, over there, what are you staring at?
Let's just say it's
Starfleet, or leave these women alone.
Let's be non-confrontational.
Okay, I'm Starfleet. Starfleet, huh?
Sorry.
What do you even want? What do you even want here? Getting in the way of our revolution after you stood idle for years?
Well, I guess the only option is leave her alone then.
Yep, better to leave those women alone still. You should have... Tia says go for it, leave her alone. And you know, Drogon and Tia, they were saying how this episode reminds them of the DS9 episode where Kira goes back in time and then Orban finds out her mother was a collaborator.
Well, yeah, when she was, sleeping with the cat, not...
yeah, well...
Depends on your...
Depends on your definition of
clever.
Yeah. Oh well. Leave those women alone. You can keep your hypocritical morals for yourself, Vice Admiral. We'll deal with these traitors the way we see fit. I don't even know why anyone bothered contacting you.
What's your tongue or Federation jurisdiction?
I wouldn't go with Federation. Well, I don't know, Federation... Is this in the past? I mean, did they join Federate? No, I don't think so. I don't
No,
think
there's no jurisdiction here. I mean, there's not even, as far as I know, a provisional Bajoran government.
Yeah, they'll like slap us in the face. So let's just go with watch your tongue or something. Now what? Threats? You think you can do what you want, don't you? Believe me, Vice Admiral, we won't be oppressed again. My people won't exchange one occupation for another, and we'll deal with those who betrayed us the way we want.
Don't bother with them, Vice Admiral. There's a lot of anger and confusion on Major these days. People have suffered, and many Cardassians who came here did unspeakable things. Take time for all these wounds to heal, but they won't heal if we devour ourselves in hatred and prejudices. Deep down in their hearts, they know this.
Understood.
There's no reason for this fight to continue. Our enemies are elsewhere, and I will make sure that this hurt woman be taken care of with all the dignity she deserves. But, Vice Admiral, could you come over to me? I need to talk with you.
Understood.
You know, she's not really in the way of the mob, is she? Tia says, I'd rather be occupied by Fez than Cardis, to be honest.
Okay. Speak to Lyra.
Was that your name? Thanks for all the help. The powers of you and your officers must be pure and strong. Not everyone would have jumped to our defense. Maybe that's just the Starfleet spirit. You know, in dark situations like ours, morals and principles aren't always highly valued. Could I ask a favor of you? I need to speak with you in private, but I want to make sure that my friend here is treated with the respect she deserves. First, afterwards, I will head back to the habitat ring. There's some personal issues that need to be resolved. Can you meet me there so we can talk? Go, of course.
Okay, we'll say of course then.
Of course. Once I'm finished, you'll find me in section 26 of the junior officer barracks. Appreciate your help.
Let's take the lift to the habitat ring.
Now the question is, where is this lift? Oh, it's
Yeah,
in
there's a lot of lifts.
It's here where the bank and stuff usually is.
Look, there's an option where it says inspect the shop. I'm gonna try it, just see what the hell that's about.
The shop has been looted, so most of these crates are empty and all the goods are gone. Can't tell whether the Cardassians took everything when they left, or if Bajoran resistance fighters took the chance when all chaos aboard the station broke out.
Understood. That's interesting, you know, having like, you know, options to look at things around. I want to add that to, you know, missions. Just, you know.
Let's take to this Bajoran. What do you want, Starfleet?
What's going on?
I could ask you the same question. I'm not entirely sure why you even bothered coming here. We really don't need you. Tell me, Starfleet, do you really care about the Bajoran people?
Of course we do.
Really? Then I guess you wouldn't mind giving us a little demonstration of that support of yours. The Cardassian over there. We caught him with a force field generator when he tried to sneak away with his friends. Got any ideas what we should do with him?
Kill him. Or let him live.
If we should... I know we should let him live.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, we should. But, you know, it is tempting to kill him.
Yeah, I suppose Tia said earlier that we should stick to Starfleet kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
let's go with let alone live.
What? Let him live? Is that the kind of justice you will bring to Bajor? Do you have any idea what Cardassians did to us? For 60 years they've enslaved us, humiliated us, violated us, killed us. We can't just let him live. We need to deal with them responsibility.
Yeah, I see the chat room. They're saying, yeah, seriously, we, you know, if it's Federation way, let him live. So, killing him doesn't equal justice. Or he's
Yes,
just a
I
small
agree.
fish.
Killing
Yeah,
him
that's-
doesn't equal justice.
Okay, killing him doesn't equal justice.
And what do you think equals justice, Starfleet? A trial where you'll just twist and spin the truth until everyone thinks the Cardassians are the victims? No, I won't let that happen, and I won't discuss this with you any longer. I knew it was a mistake to contact Starfleet, but if you want to prove that you take these matters seriously, you can still serve justice.
If you want to kill the Cardassian officer yourself, you can deactivate the force field.
Yes, let's not.
Yeah, we won't kill him. Ooh, a turbo lift. Kind of, I think. Looks like one,
Yeah.
sort of. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Cardi turbo lift. The one. Let's use it.
Yeah, there you go. Cheers. Whoa, a real choice. See, yeah. We could actually kill him or we could leave him behind. That's what I want to see in more Foundry missions, you know. Optionals where you can just do that kind of thing. I actually have that in my mission, but you know, just saying.
Yeah, Honor of Prophet has a lot of choices where you can approach things a very different way, depending on what type of member of the Klingon Empire you are.
You can take
But
the lift
it's
to the
fine.
habitat ring. The officer barracks are on the lower levels, and the station's layout at this time is a bit different from what we're used to on Deep Space Nine. According to these diagrams, we should go directly to Section 26. Accept.
Yay, map transfer! Woo!
See, we're all pimping the missions now. Durgan says he's got choices in his missions too. Real choice.
Some of his, he said, some of his. Speaking of which, we probably should play one of Drogon's missions soon.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you're available today, so I don't know. But we're gonna play. We have on our list Rack to Juno in a Jar or Somewhere in Time. I think Habitar reviewed it quite favourably on podcast UGC the other week. You know, Somewhere in Time. He said it was a masterpiece. So I'm interested in seeing what that's about. Ooh, sir, are you all right?
I'm fine. What happened?
Well, are you asking both of those things, or?
Well, yes, I'm saying I'm fine, then you ask what just happened.
Okay, let's just. What? I'm fine. I'm glad to hear that. I was concerned for a moment. Is everyone else fine? What happened?
There was an explosion. Everyone else felt that right. Might have been another Cardassian booby trap. Might have sabotaged many sections of the station. I have the feeling we are lucky and made it out of the worst of the lift. This could have ended much worse.
Continue.
You can think what you want about this old-fashioned Cardassian engineering, but it sure is reliable. If this were a Starfleet lift, it might not have come to a stop at this level. Anyway, I believe we are not in the habitat ring, and the broken lift will certainly not take us there anytime soon.
Where are we?
I think we are in the docking ring. Vice Admiral, this is a busy section of the station with many cargo and docking bays. Should be another lift near us, and many routes lead to this area of Deep Space Nine. Should be the same for Terok Nor. I suggest we look for another route to the habitat ring. The Aramika is waiting for us.
Agreed. Okay.
Well, I
so
found a console.
Total resistance fighter. Oh, look around. Oh,
I've scanned the circuits behind this panel, so we should have no trouble deactivating the fossil with 25th century technology at hand.
proceed.
And the force field is deactivated. Bwahaha. It was right here. Right here. The force field was. It's gone now because I'm awesome. So, look at this, sir. All those Cardassian officers on the ground.
What happened to them?
They're not dead, I can say that much. Seems that might have been attacked and stunned. Though, might have been lucky. At least we do not have to fight them and risk any timeline incursions.
Should we investigate or just none of our business.
Let's investigate further. So I'm curious too. Might scan one of the Cardassians and have a look at the Starfleet shuttle over there, but we should hurry. She's still waiting for us, and I think we should talk to her as soon as possible. Let's talk to this Scotty. Do you want to do this one?
The Cardassian is not responding. Any orders, sir?
Medical scan.
The medical scans show that the Cardassian was hit by a high-energy phaser beam. The same is true for the other Cardassian officers. The effects are quite severe. The Cardassians are not dead, but there might be long-lasting consequences from the attack. There's hardly anything I can do without the proper medical equipment.
What happened here?
It seems like the Cardassians were trying to escape Terra Nor. They were probably heading to the docking ring on board one of the few Cardassian ships left on the station. I suspect they were surprised by the incoming shuttle, and whoever flew that ship decided to stun the Cardassians with a widespread phaser beam. This would explain the unusual crippling effect the phaser had. But that's all speculation, of course. There's no indication as to who flew the shuttle or why it's actually here. It might actually be that it was stolen by the Cardassians some time ago and the Bajorans simply used it to defend this room. Or maybe there was another Starfleet awaiting aboard the station. If that's true, history files seem to regularly omit this curious incidents, however.
Thank you. Well, that's everything, I guess. Let's go scan the shuttle. So the shuttle is a Type 8 craft. This seems to be a standard configuration. It was often used during the 2360s and 70s. Designation is ELB. It is registered to the USS Cadiz.
The USS Cadiz? That's the one that was mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm. The USS Cadiz was the first ship to make contact with the Bajorans when they started the uprising against the Cardassians. If I remember my history lectures correctly, it is a Nebula-class vessel. I'm not sure what a shuttle is from the Cadiz is doing here, though. Everything we've heard so far indicate that the Cadiz will not arrive until tomorrow morning, which is still several hours away.
Scan the shuttle.
Engines and warp cores of the shuttle are still cooling down. It landed here not too long ago, so likely within the hour. There's also phaser damage on the outer hull, indicating the craft was involved in combat before it landed. Might have fought with escaping Cardassian ships that left Terra Nor. Curiously, the shuttle's internal logs seem to have gone. It's hard to tell without further analysis, but I would say they're deleted on purpose. Interesting. Tia's asking, is this a German foundry author? The Elbe is a river in Germany. It's very likely possible, as he did say in the beginning, he's not a native speaker of English.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so let's go down the corridor now.
I have to say, interesting twist here. You know, Cadiz was supposed to be here tomorrow, so what's it doing here now? And, you know, investigation.
I'm trying to find a way. Oh, okay, this way.
Interestingly designed set, isn't it? I mean, this really looks like some kind of cargo bay and stairs leading up here. Is this like a pre-done set, or is this completely custom built? Looks like it's custom built.
It's completely custom built.
Cool.
It's on a ground map.
Strangely, my bridge officers can follow me fine. I really hate that my mission doesn't have good bridge officer pathing.
So there's some access station database, access safety controls, view Starfleet subspace message. Let's view that. So the Starfleet subspace message is still being broadcast on all frequencies. Do you want to hear it?
Sure, put it through.
This is Captain Aline Murakami of the Federation starship USS Cadets. As of this morning, the Federation and the Cardassian Tepa Council have come to an agreement regarding the situation of the Majoran system. The Federation will extend its special protection policy not only to Bajoran prisoners but to the entire Bajoran system, including Bajor Prime, facilities in its orbit and its moons. All Cardassian troops in the Bajor system have been ordered to stand down by the Cardassian Central Command, with permission to leave the system until 0600 tomorrow morning local time. After this time period, Starfleet will take command of the Bajoran system in cooperation with the Provisional Bajoran Government. I appeal to all parties involved to resolve this matter peacefully. There is no need for further bloodshed and mayhem. The USS Cadiz will arrive in the Bajoran system in 6 hours to oversee all further military operations.
Understood. So I'm getting a better idea of what time period this is, right after the Cardassian pull out of Bajor.
I'm not sure that the Terok Nor would have been in as much chaos as as it seems to be, but
oh well.
But that's the author's choice, and it's a valid one.
So where should we go now? Back
down let's use the deactivate the force field and continue on. If we can, anyway. Another force field. Not as lucky as this time. Maybe control room. Oh, we have to deactivate the safety consoles. Docking area Z, 3 safety controls. Current status lockdown. No, docking master's personal security authorization to oversight sentry countermeasures for this area.
Enter password.
Okay, Cardassia rules, Ducat 123, or I hate Bajor.
Look at it. What? Those. What? I don't know. Which one of those would be real? I don't think any of those would work. Do you want to?
Well, Ducat was the.
Do you guys in the chat room want to pick one of those?
Was the prelate, or what? Not prelate. Is in command. He's not the docking master. Cardassia rules is. Yeah, let's just try random ones. Yeah, it is. There's no password 12345. Let's go. I'm going to go with I hate Bajor.
I'm not sure this will get us anywhere, so we should try to come up with a serious solution. Maybe we can find a clue for the password somewhere in this room.
Ah. Did you try Ducat 123?
No, I did not. I didn't try the other ones.
Probably the same.
Oh. These seem to be personal belongings of the docking master. It looks like he wanted to pack his things up before he was attacked. Maybe there's something in those crates that will help us find the security password.
Let's search for pads.
No, nothing. Yeah. There's no mobile devices or pads in these crates. I did not even find a sheet of paper. Maybe all the worthwhile assets have already been looted.
Let's try personal belongings.
Look at this. There's a locket with a painted picture inside. It shows the older Cardassian with a young boy, likely his son. On the back side it says in high Cardassian letters, Khmer. It might be a stretch, sir, but this might be the best hint at a password we found.
Well, let's try again. And what I've liked is that he's been able to use the same, make it look like he's using the same object twice for a interact, and that's you can't actually do that. So he's put two consoles down and made one hide. So let's enter the password, and incendiary countermeasures have been deactivated for this area. All parameters normal.
That was easy, sir. I was not too sure about this password would actually work. No wonder the Bajorans could take over the station so easily. The force field in this corridor outside should be deactivated, and we can continue to further look for a lift to the habitat ring. We should hurry. Lara Micah is waiting. They keep saying that, you know. She's waiting, she's waiting, she's waiting.
She's waiting. Yes. Now, do you want to listen to the?
No, Lara Micah's waiting. We've.
Waiting. You'll be able to use this lift to habitat ring. I just hope it's safer than the previous one.
Let's go. Lara Micah's waiting. So what do you think of this mission so far, Bazak? Have you had fun?
Oh, I've had had fun. I've good few nods to number of DS9 episodes. Some of the things I used from my own memory lane have been here, but been totally reworked. I think he's done a good job capturing the feel of a chaotic time that he's created here.
Yeah, and the interior feels like a whole different experience wandering around with custom maps. I think Tio's used the same kind of interior in Left to Die, which we played in episode 8. It looks totally different though, especially with the different lighting. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, this is custom as well. Since it seems we made it this time, so the section of the habitat ring is sealed off from worker barracks and senior officer quarters. Should be able to locate Yara fairly quickly. I'm also reading 2 Cardassian life signs, although no readings of weapons fire.
Let's go. Continue.
Let's find out who these Cardassians are.
Help! Someone help me!
Civilian. Bajoran Doctor. Yes, he's very busy, and so are we. Liara is waiting.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Now, where is she? Continue down the corridor a bit.
No, that's you're an engineer. There she is.
Yeah.
Micah, you can't be serious. I'll never leave you here. And how can you say that Levant is better off without you? He has seen so much cruelty in his young life. He needs his mother by his side.
I couldn't come with you, Lamech. What do you think would happen to me on Cardassia? Besides, how could I leave my world in times like these? Levant can stay here, though. I've seen how my people react to traitors and collaborators. What do you think they'd do to the child of a Bajoran and a Cardassian? I'm begging you, take him and leave the station as long as you have time.
So you want him to grow up in Cardassia out of all worlds? Cardassia?
Yes, Lamech, the Cardassian people will accept Levant. They will cherish him as one of their own, despite his Bajoran heritage. Might even respect him more, because they understand that he left this world to live with you. I fear that the Bajorans won't be this accepting. They'll see years of war and torment when they look in his face. It will take time before these wounds heal.
Excuse me.
But let's wait a minute, Lamech. We have guests. Vice Admiral, you're here. Glad you decided to come and see me. If you could spare a minute, I'd like to explain the situation with you.
Understood.
Vice Admiral, I don't know how much you overheard, so let me briefly explain what is going on. This is my partner, Limek. Think you heard about him on the promenade. Over there is Levant, our son. Both of them need to leave Terok Nor as soon as possible. They are no longer safe here. I've seen how my people react to the woman on the promenade.
There are no Cardassian ships left. How can we assist? Or your lovers are Cardassian?
I did how can we assist?
Okay, let's go with that one then.
I don't think there's any Cardassian ship left on the station, and the way to the docking ring would have been too dangerous anyway. But there's a Bajoran freighter near the station. I know its captain quite well. I've arranged for Lamarck and Levant to be beamed aboard.
Why do you need us?
I need to ask you a favor. Levant and Levant can't just leave the station on that freighter. Both Bajorans and Cardassians might come after them. Be different if they are granted temporary asylum by the Federation, though. The freighter could leave Bajoran space safely and make contact with a Starfleet vessel. Both could be handed over to Cardassian officials.
Understood. Are you just making this decision? Don't I have a say in all this?
Let's ask. Talk to him.
Vice Admiral, I don't want temporary asylum by anyone. Levant shouldn't grow up without his mother, and I don't want to leave her behind like this. I know that the political climate on Bajor is hostile right now, but who's to say that it won't change in a matter of days? Yeah, well, we know. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Mika is right, or Bajoran society will stay hostile. Let's just say Mika is right. Oh,
Mac,
yeah,
you should listen to Micah. She's staying aboard Tarek Noor is suicidal. The Bajoran resistance will likely come after all three of you. Temporary asylum is rather informal, but it's an often practiced diplomatic tool to get people out of conflict zones and dangerous situations. And Bajor is just that right now, a danger to you and your son's life.
So, Vice Admiral, you agree with me? All it needs for a temporary asylum to take effect is one signature of a Federation official, such as a high-ranking Starfleet officer. What do you say?
I will help you, or I need to talk to my officers.
I just said I'll help you. They'll probably say the same thing. I'll talk to the officer.
I did as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's
So
sign
Mac,
the...
sign the
Yes.
request for a temporary asylum. Okay, do it immediately. Sir,
The
the draft
draft-
for a temporary asylum request is already open.
I'll have a look. I like that he used the Foundry Mission ID, if that's his Foundry Mission ID, because it's
Yeah,
in
that
the
certainly
format.
looks like one.
Issued by Lemek Thal, Cardassian political advisor, son of Levant Thal, son of a Bob person. Current location, Carrier Space Station, Tarkno, Order Bajor Prime, Bajor Sector, Beta SS Sector Block. Destination, Cardassia Prime. Threat to, request for asylum request. Threat to life caused by hostile political climate. Cardassian occupation of Bajor / Bajor uprising.
Closed
Request goes on
document.
with formal phrases and wording. Closed document.
Yeah, Tears was wondering if it's the same idea as the mission itself. It probably is, you know. We don't want
We'd have to.
stop the check.
We'd have to.
Stop and check, but you know, I've already passed the dialogue, so. Oh.
All it needs for the asylum to take effect is our signature. The Federated Council will then need to approve the request, but by the time the American event will be already handed over to Cardassian officials. By contemporary Cardassian Federation agreements, temporary asylum will be granted automatically in the meantime, also allowing the Bajoran freighter to leave their homeworld to actually sleep out help by any Starfleet ship.
Understood.
Okay, let's, of course, given our circumstance, it might be wise to use your own signature, sir. Usually requests like this are not thoroughly inspected. With our trackers, this forge of signature will not be detectable by 24th century technology.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you signed it yourself, you say, "Oh, this person hasn't been born yet," or I mean, come on, we can't use our own signature. So let's sign it, Commander Catherine Janeway, or Commander Benjamin Sisko, or Captain Edward Jellicoe. I'd go with Jellicoe. I don't know.
I'm tempted to go with Cisco just because he'll take over the station.
Yeah, but is that too obvious? Like, they'll check because he's not even here yet, or
Well, that could be the. I mean,
if we sign it Captain Janeway, Catherine Janeway, then no one will know because she'll be up in Delacroix. I don't know. Edward Jellicoe. Should we sign Jellicoe? What did the chat room say? Who should we sign?
Jellicoe was the guy who was temporarily in command of the Enterprise while Captain Picard did his infiltration stuff.
Yeah, exactly. No one will know.
Um. So yeah, okay, Captain Edward Jellicoe.
Okay, let's go with Jellicoe.
Janeway's admiral by then, Tia says, but this is
This is the
while she was
past. This is the 24th century, No, she's not an admiral.
she's
We've gone back in
not.
time.
This is even before Voyager starts.
This is even before DS9 starts because the Bajorans are just leaving. I mean, the Cardassians are just leaving Bajor.
So let's do. That's why she's Commander Catherine Janeway.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she would still be Captain. Anyway, Captain Edward Jellicoe. Let's do it.
Seemed to work.
Thank you, Admiral. I owe you a lot. I don't understand that you have much left to do, and I don't want to demand any more of your time. But would you be willing to come with me to the temple on the promenade? I could need some guidance from the prophets, and we could continue our conversation there. Let's go. I'm looking forward to speaking with you. The prophets are truly favoring you. I hope you understand that I need to talk with my family first. This might be a farewell for a very long time, but to make sure that they leave the station safely.
Understood. There's an incoming hail.
Let's talk to Lemek Thal. Asylum request is granted.
You signed the request just like that? I still don't have any say in the whole matter?
Okay, sorry. You do? Please, Lemek, don't be angry. Don't make this harder than it already is.
It's alright, I won't. And maybe you're right after all, Micah. Just tell me, Vice Admiral, how do I know that my son and I will truly get out of the system alive?
Asylum request taken seriously. Temporary asylum request is a serious matter, and its basic concept should be known by both Cardassians and Bajorans. In case of attack, make sure to remit the identification number of your request. Do not think that any of the parties involved in this conflict risk a diplomatic incident with the Federation by shooting at you. You should try to contact a Starfleet vessel approaching the station after you leave the Bajoran system. If there are none in the vicinity of the station, arrive soon. You and your son will be safe, Lemek.
Thank you, Vice Admiral. I'm surprised you're actually helping us out. Cardassian military propaganda always talks about the brutality and ruthlessness of Starfleet officers, but then those same reports keep on talking about the cold-heartedness of the Bajoran people, and I have seen with my own eyes how wrong these accounts are.
Continue.
It breaks my heart to leave you here, Micah. Once the dust settles, I will set everything in motion to return to Bajor. I want to walk those lush meadows of the Chantara province you always talked about. Until then, I will make sure that Levant will know his mother and remember what a wonderful woman his mother is.
We will leave you alone now. Logitech asked a question in our chat room. How many maps can you recreate in the Foundry? No, I think it's been increased from 10 just in the season 6. So I can't actually remember the number.
There's an incoming hail. I wonder what that is about. Or should we just
Yes.
get out of here?
Let's
Oh,
answer it.
okay. This is
Incoming
Captain
sub-
Alina Murakami of the Federation USS Cadiz to Cardassian space. Is anyone answering this call?
So it seems the Cadiz is responding to our temporary asylum request. I'm not sure whether them calling us is good or a bad sign. We can answer the call and try to emphasize the importance of the request. Should be aware of any timeline incursion this might cause, though. Shall we answer it or leave it unanswered?
I don't know. I mean, if we don't answer it, will it fail? Or, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think it's a story stuff, but the question is, should we hail it or leave it for assuming?
I don't know. Let's just assume it goes through, because we don't want to interrupt the temporal prime directive and all
Okay,
that.
so just leave it unanswered then.
She'll just have to believe that Jellicoe is here on the station.
Okay, the lift seems to be repaired. We can use it to go back to the promenade.
Let's use the lift.
Oh, Drogon says this is we're talking about the foundry limit map limit increase. This is bad though, because if old Lord Skull ever comes back, he could potentially create a 6-hour mission.
Long missions.
Yes, and he probably would do that too. With all the increase in the dialogue with the map object limits as well.
I'm looking forward to seeing some Foundry missions that push the limits again. I mean, they'll be really long and huge. Oh, here we are. We've managed to arrive in the Bajoran Temple.
We can talk to a resistance fighter, and there's a force field outside. Why is there a force field outside?
Keep people out, keep people in. I don't know.
We sealed off the temple for now. There was a lot of damage onto it during the uprising. I'll let you out if you like, but Lara, Mike, I want to talk to you. Maybe we should speak with her first. Yes, let's speak with her first. Captain, it's good to see you. Lemek and Levant have left Tarok Nor, and I'm sure they'll safely arrive on Cardassia thanks to you. Imagine you have some questions, and I'll be willing to answer them. Now.
Tell me more or no further questions? Well, I'd go, tell me more, go on, let's find out the last stuff.
So there's Comfort Women, the Mac, and Levant. I think we all know enough about Comfort Women, so we can skip that.
Let's go to Levant, because I want to find out why it was born, how, when, what's going
on? When I got pregnant, Cardassian authorities weren't too happy at first, but as time passed by, they somehow saw Levant as a chance to promote Cardassian-Bajoran relations. After he was born, I hardly saw my son. He travelled with Cardassian officers and soldiers, always promoting their pervert notion of peace between our cultures. Can't even imagine what they put in his little head all those years. I know that a mother shouldn't say this, but I'm glad I don't have to keep him here.
What?
As much as I love Lamak, and I'm afraid of Levant, afraid of my own son. Have you seen his eyes? They're cold and dangerous. No, he's better off on Cardassia. Just hope that Limek is strong enough to guide him. Who knows, if the prophets allow it, let's may cross again someday in the future. And Tia says in the chat room, there's never enough about Comfort Women.
You want to ask about that then?
Let's say no. Let's just move on.
No further questions. Have you ever been at Bajoran Temple? Yes or no?
Well, I know I have.
Well, I know I have. I've been DS9 lots of times. And the one
Mm,
in Hathon. And probably a bazillion. Yeah, let's just say yes.
yes. I guess there are many temples in the refugee camps that were set up in the last few years. Heard rumours that there is a small shrine at Starfleet Academy. This building here is truly remarkable. It was first set up 15 years ago by Bajoran workers. Time after time it was destroyed and ransacked by Cardassian overseers, who let it stand for some months and then vandalised it without any warning. But it prevailed, so did the Cardassian spirit. In these days, it sometimes seems so vain to stick to religion and gods, but our prophets continue to give us hope and strength, even to a mother who gave up her own son because she was afraid to keep him close. There's an old saying, person who's in peace with the world see the glory of the temple before passing over to the next one. I just hope to see the light of the celestial temple one day, so to know that I made the right choices in my life.
I think you will.
Hmm. Uh, um, Thank you again for everything you did. I will leave Terok Nor when the chance arrives. I don't have the feeling that I can do much more aboard this station. I'm not sure where the prophets will take me after this, but but them knows what will happen to Bajor when this new day breaks and the dust and ashes finally settle on the ground. Truly hope our paths may cross again.
Goodbye. I know. The orb is doing its thingy.
Oh, the game is not over, merely a first move on a path that will unfold beneath your feet very soon. You need to go forward now, back to your base. You'll see the neural again soon, and in the end, and in the beginning.
What? Ooh, all stations, intruder alert. Security team to the bridge. This is not a drill. I repeat, not a drill.
What is going on here? Damn Bajoran, damn wormhole aliens.
Hmm. So do you think there's more to this mission now? Does that seem to lead on?
Yeah,
Or do you think they're talking about a sequel? Is this mission another 2 hours long? Alright.
I've been going for what, an hour and a half or so, something like that. No, it was about an hour and a half.
Hmm.
So yeah.
No, it's Marconi. He's back again. I think you were doing dialogue.
This is Admiral Coney, Honor and Profit. What is going on over there?
Admiral?
Admiral? Neural, is that you? Now that's a surprise I like. I almost thought we might never see you again. I'll give you a minute or two, Vice Admiral. I can imagine your bridge crew is more than glad to have you back. Please contact me before you leave this system. I'd like to debrief you on your mission. Well, there's a trigger Ferengi Moroda Mayak and a trigger USS Penumbra, and there's got to be one for the USS Sarajevo.
I've got one for USS Sarajevo.
It's a talk to person for the USS Sarajevo, not a trigger. Anyway, so shall we talk to the others or just go ahead to the Sarajevo?
Let's leave the others for people to discover on their own. Let's talk to the Sarajevo. Vice Admiral would like to talk to Vice Admiral Marconi now.
Admiral, I suppose you have no idea how much time has passed, do you? You and your officers disappeared from the middle of your bridge. You're gone for almost 2 days. You ordered an expedition from Deep Space Nine to investigate your whereabouts. The crew of the Honor and Profit was more than eager to join me in the search and rescue mission. Of course, I have a few questions for you, and I assume so do you. If you don't mind, I would like to debrief you on your mission right away. That whole situation developed into a very concerning crisis with the true way, and I appreciate any new insights I can get. Let's debrief.
Debriefing or leaving? Leaving. Yeah. Tell the admiral we like leaving. No, let's just get a debriefing then.
Apparently, we've got a letter from Vedek Liara.
Let's read that one.
There contained a letter that she wanted you to receive after her passing. Kept Starfleet intelligence from opening right away, so I have no idea what it says. Might give us another view on current events. Might be something personal. Do you want to read it?
Well, yeah.
I am not sure whether you remember me or whether we have actually met by the time you receive this letter. If your read here does not make any sense to you, feel free to dismiss it as the crazy ramblings of an old woman. One day it might become clear to you. I want to thank you just once more. The older I get, the more I appreciate what you did for me on Terok Nor. Levant would never have lived a happy life on Bajor. He would have been an outcast, and maybe he wouldn't even have survived the first turbulent years after the Bajoran uprising. I'm aware of what he became after his father died, but I believe the prophets have planned for all of us, and I don't regret what I did back on that old space station. A few years after our encounter, I tried to contact you. I was surprised when I found out the person I thought was so much different from the person who was in the Federation's databases. And then it dawned on me that first run-in was a little more fateful than I originally thought. Do you remember that old saying I talked about? How one who finds peace will see the lights of the prophet's home? I have seen the celestial temple, and its light has guided me on many of my journey. If you read this, the journeys have come to an end, but I hope you do not feel sorry for me, because I am at peace with myself. And I wish that the prophets will always light your way wherever you go.
Close the file. So,
Well,
do you want to hear the mission report, or
let's just do the mission report and move on.
Okay.
After everything I have learned or witnessed during the last hours, I'm not entirely sure whether your mission was a success or a failure.
We can choose whether to say whether it was a success or a failure. I think it's a success. I mean, we got the orb. We got the orb.
Yeah.
That was the mission. Come on.
Yeah.
But the bridge crew of the Rannoch whatever died, and the Vedic died. But we were supposed to do it because of some kind of temporal loop thing that we were supposed to go back in the past and meet her. So that's a success, I'd say. You read all that, didn't you? About the Ritos destruction? Nope, this is the bit that this is the click on.
Okay, well, the Ritos destruction was a great loss for Bajor. More than 40 people died, among them a colonel from the Bajoran militia, Starfleet liaison, and Bajoran Vedic. But then 29 people survived thanks to the crew of the Honor and Prophet, and the orb that was stolen from Bajor was saved by your crew. We also got new insights into the structure and schemes of the True Way, insights that will sure come in handy in the future. In the end, we also know more than ever about one of the True Way's leaders, Levant Thal. This information alone will make sure to please your superiors, and I think the Bajoran prophets had a reason for showing you what they did. Their paths are mysterious and often orthodox, but I have learned that they are never in vain. This whole thing might come back to haunt you. Okay, so I guess
I'd say there's nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else.
Debrief. There's nothing else. There's nothing left to discuss. Nothing.
Thanks for your quick response. The events you described are intriguing, and with your information, might uncover some more of the True Way's doings. You and your officers should take some R&D, R&R, if you ask me. Recover from
Yeah, let's go research something.
and prepare for your next mission. I hope to see you soon for the memorial service of Ratosh's crew on Deep Space Nine. Thanks for playing. Feel free to leave some constructive reviews, and I hope to see you back to part 2, currently work in progress.
Yeah,
Yes.
part 2, definitely.
Part 2, part 2, part 2, part 2.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool mission. They were saying in chat, it was obvious it was made by a DS9 fan, you know, with all the DS9ness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is. It says it's an awesome mission. The map's a lot. Yeah, so long. It's not as long as some others. I
It's
mean, we
not as long
didn't.
as you think. If we skipped all of those optionals, we would have just gone straight to talk to Lara and Micah. You know, they wouldn't have to remind us every 5 minutes. Go talk to Lara and Micah. She's waiting. You know?
Yeah, the maps were cool. The story was well based in what was established in DS9 and created. Brought into what the current story lore is with the
Mhm.
true way and
Yes, definitely using the true way. I mean, using in-game kind of things in Foundry missions. I think should be in more Foundry missions. You know, just to build on the game world rather than just doing something completely random like kill 5 things and get your Foundry daily done. You know.
mm. No, yeah, as the author said, it is dialogue heavy, and I mean, there's a few fights, but um, it is a really great story that's told well. That
It's a story-driven mission, character-driven mission as well. We had
mm,
some interesting characters. So yeah, I was impressed by last week's maps, and I was impressed by this week's maps as well. Foundry maps are the authors are really trying to make things look different. I mean, the station was great. I think
yeah,
I'd like to see what
yeah.
happens now that we got a couple more assets in the Foundry and see what new missions come out. So what did you?
I'm going to have to try and find the Bajoran banner now. See where that comes in.
Yeah, the one that was on the ready room. You got to find out where that was. So what else did you? Is there anything else you wanted to say about the mission?
Um, you nice time traveling. That was
Yeah,
a purpose.
it's a time travel mission.
Uh, yeah. I mean, but there was a purpose to it, and it actually was the major part of the story. Um, Taking everything back to the point where all these complicated decisions had to be made, and you got to know the characters better now
Definitely.
than
I mean, that's one of the things that stood out about this mission. Every kind of dialogue almost had like a two-way choice at the end,
mm,
and sometimes it was ambiguous which one you should choose. But I don't think in that situation there's no right one. Like the end one with Marconi saying, "Is this a success or a failure?" It's up to you to decide. You know, I bet either one of those
yeah.
would have come up with something. But you know, I think that was a good thing. So I think that's all.
Logan suggests that the banner is
Temple banner
Temple
number
banner.
0. So he's found it. I guess he's in the Foundry right now. I can tell. So
So it could be. That sounds promising, but we cannot confirm or deny that.
mm, I think that's all I have to say about this mission. If you got nothing else, then I'd say it's time to wrap this thing up.
Yes, let's wrap it up. Unfortunately, no bite-sized UGC this week because Captain PF Dennis and everyone else is in Vegas. Damn you!
Yeah,
But
they're all in Vegas having fun. Even Habraha's going to Vegas.
yeah,
Habraha.
I have to say I've seen pictures of him at Vegas, and he doesn't look anything like I imagined him, which is probably a good thing.
Oh really? Is
Because
it
I
exactly
imagined him as a
exactly the way I
cheese.
thought?
Yeah.
Oh well. So that's episode 40 of Broadcast UGC. We've hit the big 40. So thanks for everyone for coming to watch, even though we had a couple of technical problems. We started an hour earlier than we were hoping for the live broadcast.
An hour
but
later.
yeah, an hour later. So thanks for sticking around. And this was Shadows of the Past by Backyard Serenade. So seek this mission out, go play it, and find out what all those extra dialogues were all about. So make the choice for yourself, success or failure. See you
Yes.
next week. Bye.
Bye.